Yeah, so in this video I want to show a little bit like an observation that I made on Spotify algorithm, and it might be interesting for you whether you're a publisher or when you're on label or you have the aim to trigger the algorithm of Spotify, then this video might help you. So what I did is I had 30 artists here in one playlist, and I treat the playlist exactly the same. I have a streaming system on my own where I use phones and computers, and I treat all of these songs, all of these artists exactly the same. So when you treat each song exactly the same, no difference, you expect the results to be exactly the same. But then the results should look something like this. On Dreamweavers, on this artist, there's like 1,600 monthly listeners. That's the number that I create by myself. And so let's look at the monthly listeners. And on 3 of these artists, Neuronix, it's 3,500. Mindshifters, it's 3,500 or 3,600. And Psychonautica, it's also higher. And on the rest, it's around 2,000. Asterix, also around 2,000. Fusionaut, 2,500. Transcendental Dreamer, 2,800. Okay, some of them is a little bit higher. So the algorithm from Spotify triggers, in my case, 3 out of 30 artists higher to around the double monthly listeners of what I created by myself. And then maybe around 5 artists to a little bit higher. And then around 20 artists have no algorithmic help at all. And the interesting part is that all of these songs is treated exactly the same. That means, in other words, when you're trying to push an artist and you're making the perfect algorithmic things to trigger the algorithm of Spotify, still you need luck to fall into the part of the Spotify algorithm. So it's not just about numbers, it's also about luck. Because as I said before, I mentioned it I think 2 times, but I just say it one more time. I treat all of the songs exactly the same, all of these artists exactly the same. I have the release date on exactly the same day. The genre is exactly the same. I use even on multiple of these the same distributor. Interesting part is the distributor of the 2 songs that got triggered was Record Union. So maybe there's a correlation. But then the 3rd song that was also triggered by the algorithm is not on Record Union. So that breaks that theory again. And yeah, so what does that mean for you? So when you want to bet on just one artist, then you might just be in the bad luck, or it's more likely that you're in the bad luck, and even if you do things right, you don't get triggered by the algorithm. So in other words, you need at least 10 artists or at least, what was it? I think at least 5 artists to have 1 artist being triggered by the algorithm. Well, let's think through again. From 30 artists, I have 3 that is really triggered. The rest is just mid-range. So that is 1 out of 10. Yeah. So you need 10 artists to have the chance that one of them get triggered.